Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy new month. It's a new month. It's a new week. I absolutely love Monday mornings. So we're going to hit some goals this week. All right. So if this is your first time on my YouTube channel, I am Jill Smith. I am a nonprofit expert. I'm also a nonprofit founder. I love everything about nonprofits. I have a ton of experience and education in nonprofit management and development that goes all the way back to grassroots nonprofits, the federal government, state government, also private foundations, a whole bunch of experience. To learn more about me, please visit my website or my husband and I's website at www.thesmithsserve.com. Thesmithsserve.com. All right. So if you are looking at this video in the Founders of Nonprofits Facebook group, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, our YouTube channel. If you are on YouTube and you are a founder, please make sure that you also join the Facebook group, Founders of Nonprofits. All right, I'll drop the links in the description below. All right, just a few housekeeping before we go on about our topic. If you would like to start a nonprofit, or if you start a nonprofit and there's a stall, please also download the free checklist, how to start a nonprofit. The link is at the bottom. You can go ahead and download that. Actually, the link is going to be, if you go to my website, www.thesmithsserve.com. It's on the homepage of that. If you need any other tools, you can also find them there. Any other announcements? I think that's it. I'm still dealing with the after effects of, I'm still healing from my upper respiratory situation thing. They said it's an infection. I don't know. But I am almost, my voice is almost back. So please bear with me as I try to get this out, because this video, I need to get it out, because in the Facebook group, in the Founders of Nonprofits Facebook group, so many people are saying, so many founders are saying that their challenge is recruiting and retaining board members. And so we need to talk about this because it is an issue. And I understand what the issue is. I've worked with tons of boards. I'm also on a few boards myself. So I understand what the issue is. I did a whole video a couple of months ago about not understanding roles and all of that in boards, which makes it very difficult to retain board members. But I want to come from a different perspective today because the pandemic has changed things. The pandemic has changed things so much. Before the pandemic, there was a way that we as humans operated. We were very liberal with our money and our time, and we were just walking through life, just like, wow, I wonder what I need to do. Wonder what my purpose is. And okay, well, I can't figure out my purpose today. So guess what? I'm gonna just go shopping, or I'm gonna just go and take a vacation. I'm gonna just go somewhere and figure it out. I'm gonna just go to brunch with my girlfriends. I ain't gonna figure it out today. That was the mindset before the pandemic. After the pandemic, the way that we look at time and money is totally different. Not only that, our lifestyles has changed. And so now we're more, even though a lot of us had the social anxiety thing going on, and as soon as the doors open, we wanted to run out and be outside and be with people. A lot of people have grasped their homes. So a lot of people are, you'll see a lot of people like building homes and doing a lot of outdoor living space in their backyards. They're creating environments inside their homes where it's a reading room or a closet where you can lounge, and just our whole lifestyles are changed. And I say all this to say, if you need board members, if you're not offering them something, if you're not offering them something that will be worth their time and their money to support you, don't be offended if people don't want to work. Just don't take it personal. It's just that the way we have changed over the last 5 years, the last 4 years since the pandemic, it's everybody. It's everybody. All right. So recruiting and retaining board members. Let me just say that one of the first things is, is your approach, how you're approaching people, how you're approaching people. And so I have to say this because it is real. It is a real thing. Those of you who have taken my classes in the past, we talk about this extensively. Those of you who have done one-on-ones with, we talk about this extensively. There is a thing called the know, like, and trust factor. There is a thing called the know, like, and trust factor. And so, unfortunately, when you're recruiting people, if they know you and they don't necessarily trust you, and it could be something that just something just real stupid and minute, and it may not even be true. If they don't trust you, they're not going to support you. If they don't like you, they're not going to support you. And so I say that to say that you have to go out into new territory. And when you're going out into new territory, you have to build this know, like, and trust factor. So the very first thing you want to do is, I always tell my clients, is go build a YouTube channel. Go build a YouTube channel and start talking about your subject area. So if your cause is, I don't know, financial literacy, or I don't know, autism, start talking about that. Start sharing testimonies. Start sharing your personal story if it relates to your nonprofit. Start building your know, like, trust factor. Start building that. Build that on social media. Start to touch the heartstrings of people. Let people get to know you before you ask anything, before you ask them for money, before you ask them for to support you or be a volunteer or be a board member. Start to build that rapport with people. When my husband and I, when we started our nonprofit, the first thing we did, as a lot of you know this story, we created a YouTube channel. We didn't file a nonprofit right away. We didn't start a nonprofit right away. We built a community. We went on YouTube. We built a community, and it took a long time. It took us about 2 years or so to even get to 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers. But even when we go live, sometimes 2 people show up. Sometimes no one shows up. Sometimes people see the videos after we do a live, but we continue to do them because we're committed to this thing. And so we've built a know, like, and trust factor. So when we established our nonprofit, people wanted to be a part of what we were doing, and they asked how they can help us, how they can support us. So you definitely want to get on social media. I say get on YouTube for many reasons, but I say create a YouTube channel and build that know, like, and trust factor so that you would start to do more of an attraction approach, and instead of attract people to you instead of going out and chasing people and asking them to support you. So that is the first thing you have to understand. You got to build a know, like, and trust factor. The second thing that I noticed with a lot of nonprofits is that they don't have a clear vision and a clear mission. They don't have a clear vision and a clear mission. So for our nonprofit, the God Ordained Union, our vision is very, very clear. We want to increase more marriages. We want to increase more marriages because we know that when two come together, they're forced to be reckoned with, and that they can ask anything in the Father's name and he will grant it to them. We wholeheartedly believe that one can get there faster, but two can get there further. And so that is clearly our vision. We want to increase more God ordained unions, more marriages. We want singles. We want to increase more marriages. And our mission is for singles. Our mission is to help encourage, inspire, equip, position, and prepare singles so that they can meet their person. Our mission is very clear. And so a lot of times, and so we do that through a number of activities. And of course, we're on social, we do social media things. We're planning events and all that great stuff. But the point is that if your vision and your mission is not clear, that goes against your know, like, and trust factor. And so you have to have a very, very strong vision and mission if you want to attract people. All right. So the third thing is that is a part of the approach is that when you're approaching board members, especially when you're first starting out, when you're first starting your nonprofit and you have your initial board members, your inaugural board members, you want to approach them and you want to say to them, I'm new at this. I really don't know what I'm doing. I have a nonprofit coach that I'm following on social media. These are some of the things she say do, but still, it's still a learning process. And I'm asking if you would commit to at least 6 months to a year so that we can get the nonprofit off the ground. We need a board in order to file for our 501c3 tax-exempt status. And so if you can commit to this, it's going to be a bumpy ride, but if you can commit to being a part of the board for 6 months to a year, I would greatly appreciate it. Then after a year, if you feel like this is something that you want to be a part of and stay a part of, then, by all means, I welcome you here. Part 2 of that, not only do you ask them if they could commit for about 6 months or a year, part 2 of that is saying, what is it that I and we can do collectively as a board to help you with your purpose and the things that you want to do? So this is reciprocal. It's not that you just giving all your time and quote unquote, even if you give a donation or two, if we decided we want member dues or whatever, you're not just giving, you're going to get something out of this. What is it that we can do to help you? This is reciprocal. This is reciprocal. And then that person might say, well, I have an accounting, I want to start my accounting business. And so at that point, then of course, which is another whole video, but at that point you say, okay, well, then maybe you want to serve as the board chair for at least 6 months to a year. In addition, if you want to provide accounting services for us, then we can also go into a MOU, a memorandum of understanding, a letter of intent, and we can also find the funds to pay you so that you can maintain our books and all that. But you can also serve as the treasurer, which is a whole different role, which is non-paid for the most part. But if you want a letter of intent, if you have professional, let me just put a pin in this. If you have professional people on your board and they want to provide professional experiences, professional services, you do need to put that in writing. In the Activate Toolkit, there is a letter of intent sample, which you can give to board members who are also providing extra professional services that is their expertise. But that's how you approach, and that's how you approach potential board members. What is it that we can do as a board collectively, and as me as a person, as the founder, what can I do to help you with your projects, your business, your purpose, or whatever it is you want to do? What can I do? Because we're going to help each other in this. You're helping me, I'm going to help you. Why? Because people's mindsets have changed after the pandemic. So I think that is the gist of it. It is, let me go over it again. You have to be more considerate of people's lifestyles these days. The way people spend their time and their money is totally different. People's outlook is totally different. A lot of people are living simple lives. They want peaceful environments. A lot of times in these boards is a lot of work that is not even the board's responsibility. There's extra work. There's extra tension. There's extra attitudes they got to deal with. People don't want to deal with that these days. If your environment is going to call for that, don't be surprised if your potential board members run. And sometimes it's not personal. It's just that that's not where our mindset is these days. We ain't trying to work hard. We ain't trying to work in the day-to-day of our jobs 5 days a week. We want We want them to push the law to a 4-day work week. Matter of fact, a lot of people still haven't gone back into the office. They want to keep it that way. A lot of people love working from home. So the point is that you got to be more understanding of people's lifestyles and the way people want to live their life these days. All right. The second thing is that the approach. Your approach has got to be on point. Again, the know, like, and trust factor is real. And before you approach people, consider your tone, consider your attitude, consider if you are coming, because let me just say this. People can spot a fake. I'm not saying that you are, I'm not saying that I am, but you got to almost convince people now that you're coming from a true, authentic place. And you can be misjudged as well. So you want to build that know, like, and trust factor. Don't be offended if your friends and your family don't support you right away. It's okay. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay. Build a new community. Go build a new community. Social media has the audience that you need and that you want. I suggest building a YouTube channel, but build a new community and build that know, like, and trust factor. Then a part of the approach also is that make sure you're clear with your mission and your vision. Make sure that you're clear with your mission and your vision, and start to put out content that educates people, that informs people, that entertains people, all right, that motivates people. People love, social media loves success stories. They love rags to riches stories. They love victim to victor stories. They love that. And so make sure you're putting out good content. And then make sure that when you're approaching these people, make sure that you are asking them to serve as minimal time as possible. Don't have them committed to a whole lifetime of your nonprofit. Just ask them in the beginning, can you commit to 6 months to a year? And then the last part of that is you have to return the favor. What can I do? What can we do as a board to help you? What can we do? Can we post you on social media? And can we post your expertise? Can we put up a flyer or two about what you're doing? What can we do? Do you want to post us on your resume as being a part of this legal business as a board member? What can we do to help you? All right, it's reciprocal. I'm working with a client. I have a client that I've had for a couple of years, and her board is kick butt. She has a very committed board. She's had the same board members since I met her years ago. And each one of the board members have their own expertise. And not only are they utilizing their expertise in the board, but the board as a whole, the organization as a whole, is supporting each one of the board members' expertise outside of the nonprofit. And that's how you do it these days. The rules have changed. The rules have changed the way we used to do things. The rules have changed. And so you got to be mindful of people. You just got to be mindful. So I hope this helps. Please drop your comments below. Also, I do want to say this. Also, make sure before you recruit board members, going out and recruiting board members, make sure you know how many board members your state requires. Because in the beginning, you may want to just start with the minimum. You may want to just start with the minimum amount of board members that's required. A lot of states only requires a secretary and a treasurer and a board chair. If that's all you need starting out, according to your state, stick with that, work with that, make that work, just so that you can fulfill your requirements. So if you need to know how many board members your state requires, drop your state at the bottom and I will respond to you because I have a list of the requirements, and you can also Google it as well. But I have a list, but I'll let you know. All right, so I hope this helps with your recruiting and retaining efforts of board members. All right, you all have a blessed week. Kick butt this week. Make a faith move. Go ahead and approach a potential board member and share your good news. All right. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video. All right. Be blessed. Bye-bye.